I mean, I think this is a pattern that's like we can see with the Democratic Party going back to 2016 and much farther back than that. But, for the purposes of like the current era, going back to, Trump's first election, where they're essentially saying to like people who are most animated and engaged around trying to shape policy, leftist activists, organized labor, people in environmental groups, people in racial justice groups, like you have to vote for us at the end of the day because the other party are literal fascists, which is true, like they are. Um, but that's really cold comfort for us, I think, and I think we're going to see diminishing returns to that strategy, and we saw it a little bit in 2020. I think in 2024 that strategy is headed straight for disaster. Like it's not that people under 40 or people of color or people who are really active in their unions are like not going to are going to become Republican Party members, are going to vote for Trump or DeSantis or something. But I think the danger is more that people are just not going to vote. Like it's just going to be two shitty choices. They'll feel like, okay, well, maybe like this isn't that important to me. Nothing really changed last time I turned out, whether they just like came out to vote in 2020 or if they were active in whipping votes trying to get Biden into the White House in 2020. Like there's just been no payoff for that. And we saw a lot of energy around the environmental movement during the last presidential election. Biden made all these promises, say he's completely broken, not just promises where he's sort of like they fall into the bottom of the agenda. He's actively broken them. And, he said no new drilling on federal lands during his campaign. He's completely gone against that. Mountain Valley Pipeline is just another, totally turning his back on the environmental movement. So I think the concern here is just like folks aren't going to turn out in 2024. They're not going to be animated around the idea that another Biden term is going to produce, the policy they want to see. Because why would they? Like, what evidence is there that that's been an effective way of shaping policy in this country? So people will probably continue doing the work they're doing, like, with their activist group, with local activism, but I don't think they're going to engage that much with the presidential process. And that's a really catastrophic horizon, I think.
Yeah, I just want to say the Democratic Party can fuck off. What's happening? I mean, what's happening in Florida is happening under a Biden presidency. They're trying to build a $90 million cop training facility in Atlanta with a Democratic mayor, with two Democratic senators who haven't said anything about that under a Biden presidency. And so, they trying to scare us into we need Democrats to protect us from fascism. It's already here. Like we're already fighting it. And there are people already fighting it, and the Democrats don't have a plan, and they're not going to save us from fascism. And so, Ryan, you can edit it out, but fuck the Democratic Party.